quite honestly, being given a chance as a small content creator to record a promising CC game and it's having its own personality rekindles the joy I have with recording and editing, and the fact that the anime they chose was one of the best shows I've ever watched as a kid gives me a heart attack. Now, the thing is, unfortunately, I don't have enough clips. This was like short notice. I was recording as well, doing a 48-hour attempt live stream, but enough said. I just love how the combat feels, just the fluidity of, you know, mixing between bending and non-bending. You can use weapons. You can see he has a spear in the back of him. But Jesus Christ, enough of what I'm trying to say. Fire just has a high DPS. I just want to see how they're gonna mitigate like Fire Dagger, you know, when Zuko used it against his sister, and like sub-bending like lightning or combustion, shit like that. It just, so far what they're doing is great. For the fact that we're only using like M1s and crit, no extra new like crazy fire skills, it just shows me how you can be a low level and somewhat still be comp. Granted, I know fire is just overtuned as hell, like damage wise. You can see like he's dying pretty relatively fast, like maybe too fast, but you can see I'm just punching. I'm not using any bending, and you know, weaving, being able to block, stuff like that, and like, oh my goodness. Then again, I know this is just a base plate. We're not in like any city or not, but granted, we can know that they can focus on one thing, knowing it's not the combat fault. And the GOI, they changed it the last time I played. They did really good. Like, maybe, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It just feels so great just fighting and seeing what they're able to create. You know what I'm saying? But granted, all I gotta say is fire does a lot of damage. And, you know, obviously in the show, we know fire is to be feared. Hopefully it's not as crazy. And, you know, parrying is in this game. Honestly, it is kind of shocking, but it done well, if that makes sense. If you can see, when you parry, I don't think you give back your posture bar when you parry a move, but I guess it just makes it where it's actually similar to Sekiro. You can see how we're parrying each other. Let me see, if I parry him again, does it restart my posture bar? Oh wait, let's go lower. Oh, I parried him. You see, yeah, you can parry bending. I guess that's pretty cool though, because, or that they could make it where you're weaving, because really them niggas are not really parrying attacks. They're just, I mean, they're parrying their bending. Like if I use a fire move against you, you will use water to mitigate that, and you know, vice versa with other moves. But as you can see, we're parrying each other. You know what I'm saying? Just for us to have only like an hour to test, I'm doing not bad. It's actually shocking. And this game will be CC. I will link the, you know, the description down below of the game in Discord, so you can see more information about that. Now, water bending. The sea, I lied, beginning of this clip, water bending is just nice. It's a projectile crit that you can hit them with. It's not like fire where it's more up close and personal. Water doesn't do as much damage. I think all the damage get tuned out. You know, I am in the combat testers or whatever you want to say, and to see how, you know, the game will play out so far. But they made every bending somewhat comp. It's not like one is just better than the other one. They're better for certain, you know, for certain scenarios. I want to see it. Water is similar to fire in terms of being able to use a range move. Like, oh my goodness, hit him with that. I wish I was able to record my voice and just see how much I was having fun. But I wonder how they're going to incorporate where you have to be next to a water source to use water. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just use water however way you use fire. You need to have someone near water with you. Maybe you can be like Katara, where you have like a water pouch near you where you can actually use it or reuse water in that area. Like for example, let's say I use a water move and there's like a puddle after I create a move. I could use that puddle again to reuse it. But here I'm using a spear move. Spear and water is actually a really nice, you know, blend. I still need to focus on what weapons go well. Like, oh my goodness. Speaking of water, I wonder how they're gonna incorporate ice. Ice is more of like an uncommon thing. I think most comp niggas in anime, what I'm calling an anime, I don't care. Most niggas in anime are able to use ice, but now blood. Now that is something I want to see how they're gonna incorporate. Blood should be something that not everyone can use. And then there should be two categories of it. One where you have to be in a, you know, it has to be in a moon, the full moon for you to use it, and then you have to be where you gotta be really lucky and use it whenever you want. Like, he's already dead. Like, what was I doing? But now water is very comp. I'm just happy they made it where every, like, just regular bending being really good. You could be a grunt and still do numbers. And I feel like water is I think water is maybe, call me crazy, a good boss reading my type of thing. Like, I'm not even trolling. You can see I'm still keeping them portionally, those two earthbenders away from me. I mean, I did receive some help from a fire, but look at the range. Being able to snipe, that they got smack it back of the head. Being able to snipe people where, you know, their animation throwing them off is kind of really good to an extent. Oh, he's using a bow. I don't know how bows really operate.
it could be somewhat really good. I don't know. I didn't really fight it. Look at that snipe. Look at this. Being able to just, you know, you gotta weave most of these hits. Oh, I'm already dead. Damn. Now onto Air. Air is more of a counter play style, I think. You know, in anime, you can see Aang was more of a defensive type of player, but he could play very aggressive like Zahir. I think that's how you pronounce his name. But just look how the Red Lotus guy I'm talking about. But just look how, you know, I'm trying to play very counter worthy, like try to parry attack. There is a bug. Oh my, look at the damage that fire is doing to me. When you crit somebody, it does, you know, there's a visual effect bug, just don't even worry about that. But look how you can't even tell if someone's using an air move. But now with air, it's kind of, you know, it's pretty good. I just think the crit needs to be increased a little bit, or maybe rework it. I know they're still saying they're working on it. I think so. So, you know, there's some high hopes for it, but then again, it's still really good. You can't even tell if someone's using an air move or just using fist moves. So you got to be really, really wary of people using it. And there's other weapons in the game. The weapons that they have right now is like the cutlass, dagger. But yeah, I just posture broke him. You know, I did fail. I should have just keep moving, you know, try to counter him. But yeah, weaving in this game and parrying is gonna be your best friend, because if you let that shit hit you, you're kind of cooked. I wonder how they're gonna incorporate some sub bending for it. I guess there's flight and spirit bending, but I know people are not here for spirit bending. More people are here for flight. I know that's gonna be probably the best one for traversing. But just look how I'm fighting this one. Oh, get this. Hold on. Parry that move. Oh shit. Yeah, that crit is gonna be the death. But yeah, look. You can see how the animation just feels so well together. He misses the crit. I'm going in for the attack, trying to parry. I am one tap. Did land the crit. He's already dead. Wow. But nah, I want to see how to get more for air. I guess air crit just needs to be changed. But other than that, air is pretty suffice. If I would have ranked how I see everything, I probably favor fire or maybe water. I know when the game starts or when the CC starts, hopefully I spawn in as a, you know, earthbender and go with that one. I want you guys to leave me down who you're gonna choose. If you had the option to go to any bending and, you know, and also have a sub bending on that, what would you choose? You know what I'm saying? My choice would be, you know, I'm gonna speak more on this matter when I show you the earth bending. Mine will definitely be Seismic Sense. I don't care too much about metal bending. I think Seismic Sense is so tough. Imagine being able to know what move they're going to be using and it counters you. Maybe they could treat it as a counter per se. Not too much of a, like, I don't know if you play like those Naruto games where it shows you what moves they're going to use in the top left. I don't know why I just said that. I've seen games that incorporate stuff like that. That's just kind of like game sense more than anything. It doesn't give you that much of a real advantage, but being able to counter moves with Seismic Sense and that cool scene where you can see how they're just all white and gray and with the white circle just flashing everywhere is just so tough to me. But I landed a crit, trying to go in with the punch. Lastly is Earthbending. Earthbending is a long range move. I don't see it being a close range yet. Maybe with skills it could be somewhat comp. You can see I'm trying to use the rocks. The crit is really decent for boss rating purposes. It does 3, you know, large spikes. Like I said, I haven't played the game too much to give my, you know, I want to give it a fair assessment. I played these all incorrectly time-wise. I wanted to give each move and give it 30 minutes of what I can do with it. Well, maybe I'm just trolling. It could be used for up close. Maybe some comp niggas can say it's good. I don't know. But I want to see how metal bending will be incorporated, because, you know, you can't metal bend out of nowhere. You have to have something near you or on you. Maybe they have to make it like a weapon where you have to wear something for you to metal bend, and depending on the durability, you can use said metal bending. But yeah, you can see I'm trying to use the move with air. With the spear, see here, you can kind of like give yourself like a long range ability and then mesh it in with a good up close weapon. So the build diversity is really there. It's pretty good. I see build diversity being a comp scene here, so depending on what you run, you can somewhat be good. But I can't wait to see what else they can do for this game. I thoroughly enjoyed the testing. Like I said, I encourage everybody to play it. You got to be out of your mind to not. They do host events for them. Maybe if they, you know, developer might maybe, you know, give somebody some shit like that too. Maybe put a little, you know, bread in their pocket. Like, let me slide like 2 extra testing and I'll give it out or somewhat. But anyway, I do see this being potential. It was supposed to come out actually 2 days ago, funny enough. It's supposed to come out for testing 2 days ago, but they still want to fix some certain stuff or optimize certain things, and you know, I'm all there for it. I like a game, or I like developers not trying to tie themselves too much with it. Only cons I will say is they're giving themselves a time frame to release. Just release it whenever you think is ready for the game, and keep releasing tests like these and having the public people play it. So it's not like an unfair advantage of some sort, but it still keeps the community tight together. All I gotta say is this game has a lot of potential. I said it so many times, I'm gonna say it again. But other than that, this is the end of the video. All I gotta say is fear God, not men.